The vibes in studio right about now. You're back live. It's the captain right here. Of course, the King Kong right here with me. And on the other side of the studio is Shama B. Sorry. And I'm about to vibe with the man who wants to be president and the counterpart who I assume will be deputy president. I'm talking about Tony Oriema and Luca. Inakuoniaje?
Yeah, bro.
Mko fiti? Tugoteane ki coronavirus. How's it going?
It's pretty okay. Okay. Yeah. How are you, man?
I'm good, thank you. I see the energy. That's amazing. Nobody asks me how I am when they come here. I just ask them, how are you? They're like, oh, niko fiti.
We're happy to be here, man. We're happy to be here.
Karibu sana. So, real quick, this part of this interview will be highly, about us getting to know you guys.
For real.
All right. So, Tony, let me begin with you as we come this way.
All right.
I want to know, Tony Oriema, are those your official names on your ID?
Yes, those are my official names, Tony Oriema.
Yeah.
Yeah, on IG.
Okay, correct. In a world where every artist arguably has to have an AKA, why did you not?
I tried some things earlier when I was a
Right.
child, but they just never stuck.
Yes.
It just doesn't feel authentic to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really like to express myself in a more authentic manner.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Great.
yeah.
Luca, is that your name?
Yeah, it's my name.
Majina kamili ni gani?
Luke Otieno.
Luke Otieno. Oh, so you decided to call yourself Luca.
Yeah.
Which is like the Swahili version of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
I feel like most of our names are really westernized
Correct.
as Africans.
Yes.
We
Facts.
don't own our own culture, our own identities.
Yeah.
And I grew up, in the rapper world as well, where you need an AKA, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
But I always felt like all the AKAs I had
Yeah.
were someone else.
Correct.
They were not me.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to present my art to the world as someone else.
Fantastic.
It's just me.
Great.
Actually, speaking on that, someone called me yesterday and told me to change my stage name
Yeah.
because of the political, the whole political scenario in Kenya at the moment. So
Yeah.
they're like, yo, you might actually be ethnically profiled
Yeah.
going that name. Yeah, man, what do you think?
What
I
do you
don't
think?
agree.
Personally, I don't agree.
Yeah.
I think young people we might change the world,
Yeah.
especially Kenya.
I just feel like these generation of young people are people. We don't sit around and just be pushed around. We are decision makers. We think fast and we move. Yeah. And I think you're very correct. Moving forward, real quick, I want to know let's talk about your background.
Okay.
Because right now you're an artist. You're on the come up. You're causing waves. People are listening to you. I want to know, coming up as a kid, growing up, that is, what is that thing that triggered where you are now?
Where am I now? Basically, I grew up in a household where all my siblings, they love music, and I'm the fourth one.
Right.
So my older sister used to play a lot of R&B music.
Right.
My older brother was into hip hop
Right.
and stuff like that. So
Yes.
everyone had different taste.
Yes.
And being the fourth born, I just kind of picked up on what the other three were doing.
Yeah.
And I just fell in love with that.
Great. Luca, how did it happen for you? When did you know that, hey, this thing might just be my thing?
One word, Isa.
Isa.
Just listening to Isa's lyrics.
Yeah.
Kwa mat, ukienda shule,
Yeah.
unasikia tu Isa.
Isa.
You end up singing along
Yeah.
a cappella.
Yeah.
Sometimes on your song,
I hear
you're
you.
like, hey, okay, I don't sound as bad.
Yeah.
Like, oh, but I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
I want to say this.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I can actually write.
Fantastic. Speaking about Isa, na unasema ukisikia kwa matu unasikia sina hiyo ngoma. That tells me that you grew up in Nairobi. Did you grow up in Nairobi?
Yeah.
All right. What about you?
Yeah, me too.
You have a very solid, accent of Swahili. Where did you pick that? Where did you pick that up?
Very solid. I wouldn't call it solid.
Yeah.
It's just normal Swahili, I think.
Okay. It's just,
It has flows,
Yeah.
so it's not really solid. Yeah, but just the way I grew up, man. I guess the neighborhood, maybe.
which is?
Which is most part was Kangemi.
Oh,
Yeah.
Great. Okay. All right. So, nataka kujua mlimitaje ni wawili. And how long back was
High school.
that?
This was 2012.
Great. Wow.
He was in Aga Khan, I was in Jammu.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout outs to Jamu. And
Shout out to
we
Aga
kinda-
Khan too.
Shout out Watu Aga Khan.
Yeah,
yeah, so we just met through a mutual friend. He's called Roxil.
yeah,
He's also the guy who did the video to Tony Rima for president.
correct.
So after that, we just vibed,
Yeah,
and it's a movement, man. It's not just us two. There's Randy. We have like a whole bunch of people.
yeah.
Zulu.
Yeah, Zulu. So we met from high school, just clicked, and we just started making music together.
Fantastic.
Yep.
I want to know, like, coming into the music business, there are people that you really want to work with. Who are those people, would you say, for you? Uni mtu unataka kufanya kazi na yeye sana.
For me personally, Nyashinsky, man. Nyashinsky. It has to be Nyashinsky. Calligraph is slowly snaking in there as well, but definitely Nyashinsky, Nadia Mukami, because there's also this stereotype people have of me that I'm just a rapper and they expect that from me, but I'm just someone who's in love with music. And eventually you guys will just see different sides of me, the dancehall side of things.
Yeah.
I'm into house as well and all that.
Yeah. What about you, Luca?
There's some people in the new wave, some people who are already in the mainstream.
Yeah.
New wave, definitely. People like Ahosh.
Yeah.
People like Beatty. You have people like Akina Chris Kaega.
Yeah.
The
TNT.
Soul Generation.
Yeah.
When you now go to the more mainstream side.
Yeah.
Soul Generation. Guys like Mviri, Okelo Max, the guitarist.
Yeah.
Those are the people I look up to really in the game. Soul Generation for sure.
Yeah.
Nyash,
Fantastic.
obviously.
Yeah. All big names, all guys, people who are causing waves. Moving on real quick, I want to know what's the inspiration for you guys to be doing what you're doing? Because at the end of the day, I know the industry is not easy, but what's the inspiration for you, Tony?
For me, it's just the love again. It boils down to the love I have for music. It's just
Right.
something that, man, I've given up music a lot, like more times than I can actually count.
Yeah.
But I just keep coming back to it. So it means I actually have a deep passion
Yeah,
for it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
This time I just decided to actually pursue it.
Yeah.
Like go big or go home type
Right.
of scenario, yeah.
I like
Just
that.
to see where it might lead.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. Luca, what about you? Inspiration?
Definitely the love of music, and also the freedom.
Yeah.
The freedom to be, whoever you want to be,
Yeah.
and speak however you want to speak
Great.
under the artist tag.
Let's talk about real quick about the song, this particular song, Tony Orema for President. How did it
Okay.
come to be? I feel like it was more of your song. At what point did you decide Luca would, make it complete? You complete the song, rather.
The song is interesting. Actually, the song was a friend of ours. She's called Rasby.
Right.
Rasby was like, it was around when George Floyd was murdered.
Right.
So she was like, yo, you need to make something, because around the same time there's also a lot of police brutality in Kenya.
Right.
So Rasby was like, yo, you need to make something about this, blah, blah, just to challenge and take you
Right.
out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I happen to be a music producer as well, if you're looking for beats. So I just went in, sampled, found a really good sample, chopped it, looped it, did the drums, and I recorded the first verse in the studio.
Right.
And I didn't know what to do with the track really
Yeah.
until Luca came in. So Luca came in and I was playing him like a bunch of songs,
Yeah.
and he was really attracted to that one,
Yeah.
so to speak. So he later on surprised me with the verse, man, and
And
I'm
it was
grateful
like
for that.
what?
Later on, but there was like the next morning, because I
Next
remember
morning.
we met at studio maybe that evening.
Yeah.
I had the beat
Yeah.
and another one also, but
Yeah.
but then this one stood out the most for me. I had like a half verse,
Yeah.
so nilienda tu home hiyo siku nikawrite.
Yeah.
The next morning we were in studio again,
Yeah.
did the song.
All right, fantastic. You just mentioned he's a producer. Like we mentioned earlier, it's something that is mentioned a lot within the this vicinity of the industry. But it's not all roses when you're walking towards where you want to be. I want to
Yes.
know, is there other things that you guys do apart from music, or right now it's just focusing on music only?
Yeah, we have to, man. We have to. I think also that's where like a lot of up and coming artists go wrong,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day you have bills,
Yeah.
and you really need to pay bills. So like
Yeah.
if you can find a 9 to 5 just to pay the bills and not put you in a position where you're actually desperate, and you can actually take your time, do quality music,
Yeah.
you're better off. So during the day I do have a 9 to 5. I work at Smart Gyms. I'm a manager at Smart Gyms in Karen.
Oh, great.
Shout outs to Smart Gyms Karen.
Yeah.
Luca does something else. So.
Yeah, I do many things.
Yeah.
But also other things in the creative world.
Yeah.
Because you see, we're also trying to change the perception of art.
Right.
That you need to do art and something else.
Right. Yeah,
So
yeah, absolutely.
we're trying to build those structures that
Yes.
can maybe reduce chances of that question
Yeah.
being asked
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the future artists who are
Absolutely.
going to come
Yeah.
after us.
Yeah.
But apart from music, I also do creative direction.
Right.
I run an art exhibition called Intersect, and that's pretty much the other thing that I
Yeah.
do.
Where is it located?
Different venues.
Ah, okay.
So as long as we have the art,
Yeah.
we have the music performances. We just look for the venues that support art.
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Today on the vibe, which is like the topic of the day on the show, we are asking, what is that mistake that happened in your life, or the mistake that you made that ended up teaching you a lot, and you actually embraced it in the end? What is that mistake that was, when it happened, it was like, I'm done, but you actually embraced it and it ended up becoming an amazing lesson? Anyone can start, anyone can go.
You want to go?
Maybe one of the things I regret the most,
Yeah.
and I mentioned it in one of the songs. It's
Yeah.
just quitting rap
Quit.
after high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of quit rap,
Yeah.
and I feel like if I had continued with it,
Yeah.
maybe we would have had this conversation even sooner.
I see.
But
Yeah.
I learned from it because
Yeah,
now I
as
went
well.
into production.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It also grew in a different way.
Oh yeah. I also say I've been through the same thing,
Yeah.
but I'll also like to talk about mental health. Like there was a time that I was really like in a very bad mental space.
Yes.
And I was almost in a depression or in a depression,
Yeah.
depending on how you look at it. That was about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And the things I went through for like almost a year just taught me how to be a better person,
Right.
and more strong, and to believe in myself even more.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to channel everything I learned from that
Yeah.
period of time
Yeah.
into what I'm currently doing now, because I also understand the music industry is not like an easy business
Absolutely.
to do.
Yeah.
So
Great. So that's your camera right here. Just check out your cameras. Just straight to the camera right about now. I just want you to say your handles. Tell people where to go follow you on social media so they can see your work. Also your YouTube channel so people can vibe to the music. And when you're ready, shoot.
all right. So my name is Tony Oriema. On everything. SoundCloud, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. So yeah, get at me, man. Alafu, we'll see what we can do from there.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Yo, niaje, mimi naitwa Luca. I rap, I make beats, and I'm an artist. Unaweza nipata IG at macho.ya.luca. Macho ya Luca.
Macho ya
Bless.
Luca. Macho ya Luca. Noma sana. Guys, next time these guys are here, I'm gonna be asking Tony Oriema why. I'm gonna be asking him why. Inakaa anafanya kazi kwa gym lakini hapigi gym. So atakuwa ananiambia kwa nini. Also, I'm gonna be asking Luca how tall he is, because the ladies are all about tall, dark and handsome. Right about now it's the captain. I'm out. We jump on the other side of the studio. King Kong, are you ready? Let's go.
Chevy Flynn.